What's up, everyone? So today, again, it's another day where we select a subscriber and we answer all of their questions. We're going to answer everything, no filters, and we're going to see if we can improve whatever he's doing and at least give him some tips so he can either make some sales or scale his business depending where he is right now. And if you want to be part of those ones that we select, you need to be subscribed, like, and comment our videos. And we have a software that is going to pinpoint the people that are the most active, and we're going to select you for one-on-one call and to be part of this YouTube journey. So tell me, what's your name and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jonathan. I'm from Miami, Florida. I've been in ecom for around 2 years now. And I said it again before, you already know. I want to thank Merlas Ecom for this opportunity just to help me out with trying to get more money, man. You know, that's the end goal with everything. So thank you again.
No worries. Okay, so let's start first with your website. So the first thing about your website is, look, it doesn't have any description. Um, like it's just like one product and doesn't have anything. Your website should be like, think about it every time, because now you're in the mindset of a drop shipper. Like, oh, I created my first website, I'm proud. And it's okay, you can be proud. But if you tell me, be honest with me 100%, if you, Jonathan, you will go to your website and you would have the need of, let's say, this product right here, and you go to this page, would you think it's not a scam, or would you think it's a little bit scammy? Or
The front homepage, definitely, I think it's a little bit scammy. It's too empty.
yes.
It's too
So
empty.
obviously, like, let's say if we go on here, it should be, look, most people are going to land on your product page. This is not the end of the world. People are going to stay here, but it needs to feel like a brand, even though, because at the end of the day, you're going to work on your website only one time. After you work on it, you won't work on it on the next 6 months because you'll only be testing products. So make sure that the first time you work on it, you make it a little bit more professional, add other products, other things, and make it a little more full. To be honest, I like the logo, I like the colors. You know how to match colors together. You have great reviews. Your website overall on the product page is well designed, but make sure that the rest also looks great, because there's something in dropshipping that people don't speak about. And when you're launching ads, at the beginning, obviously, you won't be profitable. Why? Because you're testing products and you don't know what works and what doesn't. But if you have a great website, you will have a few sales here and there, every other product testing, and those sales are going to pay like 20% of your testing. And it's just sell right off the bat. People that forget about what your website come back 3 days later and they buy 3 4 units, and you will see, you're like, god damn, I just made like $1,000, like, just just by random sales during the week, because you're consistently testing products. So that's why I say, okay, it's not necessary to work on your website every single day, make it the most perfect, but when you work on it, just make sure everything is good. There's different product, there's it looks professional, and you live it like that. After you start focusing on product, you start focusing on creative, on whatever, and you will see people will come back to make a few sales here and there, and that will pay a part of your testing. Because until you get results, it's all about making sure that you're spending, you're not overspending, and you're not going broke. So if you can have sales here and there and pay back a part of your testing, it's a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so for your product page overall, if we look at it, um, to be honest, that's very good. It's a very good product page of buy one, get a free case.
Yeah, I just added the sale ending today and then the money back guarantee things at the bottom today.
Mhm.
Just trying to make sure the offer and everything works out.
Yes, it is a very good product. Based on the look of it, if it were, have you tested it?
Yeah, yeah, I'm currently testing.
Okay, and what were the results of it currently, and what's the way you set up ads? First of all, so walk me
So
through campaign, ad groups, and ads.
So day one, I had one order. Pretty much yesterday, I had one order for around the $25, the buy one get free case.
Okay.
But I think I overspent a little bit. Let me check the little. Yeah, I believe day one I spent around $89.98, way overspent, but it got me three add to carts and then the purchase. And then today I spent around $53, but I got another purchase as well for the little bundle pack as well for
Okay.
that day two.
Okay. Okay. So you spend how much total in 2 days?
I'd say total it's been a lot. Let's see. So for the 2 days, I spent $146.
Okay. For this product, that's too much. You
Too
should,
much.
and how many ad groups do you have when you launch this
I
product?
have, let's see when I first launched, I did around, I started out with around six. So I did three video ads and three image ads.
Okay. So don't do more than 3 ad groups. It's not necessary. If you have, look, product like this at $24, they're very cheap. So you should see, like, for you to be profitable, like the reason why people don't, let's say, overspend on ads is because they don't understand the behind the scene a little bit. Let me explain you a thing. For you to be profitable, it means that you should have, before I reply to that, what's your profit margin on this product?
The profit margin for this one, so I sourced it for $5.
Okay, so
So
20,
this,
20
it would
bucks.
be around 19, $20. Yeah.
Okay. So think about this. You're spending $80 or a little more to have a sale. For you to be profitable with this product, you should have a sale at minimum every $20 spent, you should have a sale. This is to break even. And that will be the best scenario at the beginning. Why? Because maybe you can tweak your ads, maybe you can change the offer, maybe you can do other things. But at the beginning, at least you want to break even. So you should have a sale every $20 spent. So you have spent four times that,
Yeah,
four
it's
times
way too
that,
much.
and you haven't had a sale. So what is the point where it's too much? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normally, what I suggest you to do is to spend two times your break even point. If you have two times your break even point and you're not getting some sort of consistent sales, because think about it, for you to at least be profitable, but not too profitable, you'll need to get a sale every $10 spent. That would be great for scaling. $10 spent, you get a sale, but you're spending 80 and you got one. It's not consistent. When you have a winner, you will have a sale every $10, every $7, every 15, and it will be like that consistently. So if it's not doing it in two times the break even point, it's a no bueno. It's no, you should move on from the product.
Okay.
And the reason
Yeah.
why, because look, what is your product research strategy?
So I found this one on just scrolling the Facebook ad library.
Okay, Facebook ad library. Okay, so I suggest you on TikTok, based on what we've seen the best results in recently with the students, us, everything. You should have a burner account. You live in United States, brother. It's the
Yeah.
best country. It's the country with the most dropshippers, the most everything. Get an account from TikTok and scroll and scroll. Go on the TikTok, maybe buy it first to warm it up, like comments, and scroll. It's called like a burner account where you will just see ads and you will see ads from um like people that post organic ads from people that run ads, and that account should be only focused on ads. Why? Because let me tell you how we drop shippers we find more winning products and compared to other ones. It's because we do what's not sexy. Most drop shippers, let's be honest, product research is boring as fuck. It's way
Yeah.
nicer to build website, build creative, launching ads and seeing those numbers. That's more exciting. But every every students that we had that had great results, it's because they were able to consistently every day put a little time into product research. And what is that going to do? At first, don't burn yourself. Just do 30 minutes to an hour, 20 minutes if you want to start like that, and increase over the weeks and do more product research. Why? Because let me give you an example. Tomorrow, you send me 10 products. I look at them. 10 out of 10, probably I will say they're not good. And you will say, okay, but Gilberto, they have your criterias. Why they're not good? I will tell you, yes, because they're old. This one is 6 months old. This one is 4 months old. This one is 3 months old. And normally every dropshipper takes around 3 months to succeed. Why? Because every product that they see at the beginning, they don't know if it's old or not. They don't have their feet wet in the market. That it's like they don't know what's going on. And 3 months later, they're like, oh, this one is old, this one is old, this one is old. And they're able to pinpoint which one it's a long trend or which one is recently new. And when they start catching those new trends because they've been doing product research every day, they pinpoint good products. I have some students and that's how I know they do good product research. If you give me a list of products and all of them, I discredit them, I know you haven't been doing product research. But our most successful students, I look at their product research and every single time I don't know their products. I never seen them. Why? Because they do every day. So they know what's unique and they're like, hey, look, I've been doing 1 hour per day or at least 30 minutes per day of product research. And during those 3 months, I've never seen this product one time. So it's high likely that probably Gilberto hasn't seen it either. And those are the ones that you look and you analyze and you're like, oh, it has a lot of comments. People like it. Or it comes from an ads with 10,000 likes. People are scaling it. And that's the product you take. You understand?
Yeah. So
And you
like,
probably took it like, oh, let me just do product research like this. You took the first one with some certain metrics and that's what you tested. You know?
yeah, I just try to find I figured it solved the problem, but the I was looking at the competitors and how many ads they were running and judging based off that.
Yeah, that is also good. But like I said, there's so many variables that you cannot control when it comes down to dropshipping because I have always the same question that come back like this person is, and let me explain you so you can picture it in your mind. This person is making $1 million. I test the product. How am I not able to make at least $1,000 a month? How is that possible? Like how this person makes $1 million a month? I test the same offer, the same product, the same creative, and I'm not able to make money. It doesn't make any sense, right? But that's what every dropshipper experience. And this is because you haven't had a winner yet, so you don't want to understand. When it comes down, let's say to let me explain you in both platforms. Let's say TikTok and Facebook, so you can picture it. On Facebook first, it's because when you're testing, you test with interest. Those interests have a longevity, and maybe if you see that person, let's say 3 months ago, you said 3 months later, that person has tested probably 50 interests, 60 interests, and they made, I don't know, $1 million with the products. When you come and you test the interests that you think are great, they are maybe saturated interests. So now you're like, okay, but I'm not making money. Yeah, but this guy has 60 interest over you that he has an advantage. So you need to kind of find out the one that are not saturated. So that's why when you come in, you make no sales. Same thing with TikTok, but it's with no interest because TikTok, it's better no interest. But with TikTok is the algorithm send you to different pools and he's drinking from multiple pools at the same time and you come in, but maybe you're drinking from the pool that is empty. And is there a way to go bypass that? Well, the only way is to either make a greater offer, better marketing, or to have a product that is not saturated and that has been scaling very early on, like it's very shortly. And this way you will maximize your chance of succeeding.
So it's like tapping into different pockets of a certain interest that's not as saturated like you were mentioning,
Exactly.
pretty much.
And it's
Okay.
very hard when someone is scaling to $1 million a month and they tested like 200 interests. Which one do you choose? It's high likely when you come in, it's already too saturated for you. So for him, no, because he's with lookalike audiences, he's like with retargeting ads, with he has so many things going on that you just come with your little new interests, like it's not going to do anything.
And I think that's part of my problem too. I realized for this product, I did not do interest. I put
Well,
no interest at all. It was all broad.
but that's on TikTok, right?
No, on Facebook.
Oh, you launch it on Facebook or on TikTok?
Yeah, Facebook.
Oh no, on Facebook you need interest. You need. I don't care what people say. Look, there's a thing. There's a moment when it comes down to Facebook. It's always interest at the beginning, and the no interest is when you start getting data. When you get to the point where you get to 100 sales, now you can test without interest because Facebook has
Ah, I see.
backtrack data, so it will optimize and will say, okay, so Jonathan, find me this interest, this interest, this interest. Overall, they made 100 sales. Let me find the most close up people from those 100 sales. But at the beginning, probably that your grandmother saw this product. Does it need it? Like, you know what I mean? Like every people. So it's not a product that it's not a platform that you should start without interest. And I've
Right.
said it multiple times. And Facebook works well without interest, but when it's time to scale, when it's time to test, it's a war zone. It's either it doesn't work or it works with extremely broad products. It's snow ring. It's still a broad topic, but I would kind of still dive down with interest at the beginning because you have a brand new pixel, brand new everything. So yeah, interest.
Yeah, like definitely because it taps into the different markets. I think it uh it helps at least with the product itself because without interest, it's not really gonna know who exactly to target. And yeah, like I think my pixel's still relatively new. I don't think I've hit even 50 sales, none of that for it to be optimized or any of the
Mm-hmm.
Facebook to be optimized itself. So definitely
Yeah,
needs interest.
right now, what is and if it's on Facebook, because I told you 3 ad groups on TikTok, but if on
Yeah.
Facebook, like you just mentioned, yes, six interest,
Oh,
one interest each is the best for Facebook. So
oh,
that would be the best one. And to be honest, what I suggest you, if do you want to stay on TikTok? Do you want to stay on Facebook? Because I thought you'd be on TikTok, so I don't know
I'd
which
rather be
platform.
on Facebook for now because the thing with TikTok is I've been banned from TikTok ads so many times, like
Uh,
for no reason. I just now got an account back on it,
yeah.
but the inevitability is weird. So I'd rather focus on the Facebook, and I think you get higher quality people through Facebook anyway, at least for
Yeah. So if you want to
quality of
have
customers.
results fast, TikTok is the best platform because
Right.
TikTok has no optimization whatsoever. So it's like as long as you have a great creative, but if you have longevity, like normally a product on TikTok lasts 3 months, like a dropshipping product, 3 months, 2 months, like it's very quick. But a product on Facebook could last years if you know what you're doing. So that's the difference. So if you're there for the long game, and I suppose you are, Facebook is the best way. And what you should do, like I said, you should put 80% of your time on product research. This is the most important thing. Now let's look at your ads as well to see like what have you done on here. Okay, so your storyline is great. So that's very good. You're creative. To be honest, you're very good at creating creative. The only
Right.
thing that I suggest you is every time, like their storyline here doesn't have any problem. The problem would be your hooks. You should have one or two storyline like this maximum, like the whole video. this is good. The way you said it, that's great. So do two different ways to uh, tell the story of that you need this or that his husband needs this, but the hook, the first 10 seconds, the first, well, maybe 5 because it's a shorter video, but the first 5 seconds should be something impactful. Like it's like, are you you put someone snoring? Like, I haven't been sleeping for the past 2 weeks because of my husband snoring. And the other one would be uh, uh my husband needed to go to hospital because of snoring. Things dramatic. And after that, you speak the storyline like this. Boom, boom, boom. And so you it's just that you catch the attention and after you tell the story. Because at here it's like,
Yeah, it's not as good as a hook as like something visual popping and somebody snoring or something.
exactly. Because after, like, I wasn't hooked at the beginning of the video. I was hooked along the way because it is a good story and it has good visual. But
Oh,
people, think about it. You're scrolling like this. Is that something that catch your attention quickly? No. So you're very good, to be honest. You're very good at creating creative. That's a good thing. But change your hooks. Change your hooks and test a lot of hooks. The middle doesn't matter that much. I'll make 2 different videos. So what I would do is I will do 2 videos with different middles, different storylines, and each one of those storyline with will have the same 5 hooks each. So you'll have a total of 10 videos. And that's what I would test on those 6 ad sets. So each ad set with one interest with those 10 videos. One interest, 10 videos. One interest, 10 videos. And that's what you launch.
okay. So would you recommend doing like a day 3, but this time trying like interest and see what happens? And then if not,
Yes. If
gotcha.
it got sales, at least a sale without interest, I think it could be beneficial for you to do it with interest. And like I said, 2 different storyline and 5 different hooks on each. And again, you want, when it comes down to Facebook or to any advertising platform, you want to control the variable. What do I mean by this is, don't change 5 things at a time. Don't tomorrow charge interest, change the pricing, change everything. Because if it does work or it doesn't work, you don't know what's the problem. You don't know, okay, but is it the product pricing? Is it, no, no, no. You got to sell. Okay, let me just try everything, but with better creative and interest. So now if it doesn't work, then you know in a way it could be because you the interest doesn't work, but high likely this is a good product, is different, it's a variation of something new. I think it could work if you have good stories, good 2 good storylines with 5 different hooks each, and you test different interests. I think it will be good. And like I said, each one of those interests, each one of them, you want them to spend around. So if you have 6, if it spend $10, you don't have any add to cart, you shut it off quickly. If it has too high of a CPC, above $1, after $5 spent, you shut it off. If it has add to cart, then let it spend until the break even point.
Oh,
And that's it. And be strict with those rules. Always be strict with the rules.
yeah, no, that answers everything now. Because when you said with the TikTok, I got scared. I was like, oh my gosh, bro, I'm cooked. But I'll give it one more day. Let's see what happens. And if not, no emotion attached to the product. Move on. Continue with the product research, like you said.
Amazing. So it was a great video, to be honest. Thank you for coming. I know that in a
Thank you.
way we made you a favor because we gave you a call, but it's
Yes.
still nice to connect with other people, and it's still nice that we see, face to face, because at the same time, what we see, it's comments. We don't see the reality behind, like, oh, like, who's that person? And you look like a chill guy. So
Thank you. I appreciate it, brother.
who knows, maybe in the future, if you need any help, you know how to contact us. And like I said,
So,
just stay consistent. And if eventually, look, it's not to sell you anything, whatever, we don't care, but there's a point where test whatever you want, test all the testing you can, but if you need help, seek for help eventually. When I started my dropshipping career 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I did everything by myself, and I was just dumb as hell because I didn't know anything about business. And the moment that I started getting mentors, I started getting serious. This is where I started making real money. Why? Because you're not, now you're dealing with, okay, what is the best strategy for me? And I need to find out the best strategy, and I need to find out the best product. And it's a lot of money testing. So what if someone lends you, look, this is what works. Now you only need to find the product, and you stay consistent, and boom, you have results. So try everything that you can, put all the work, so you know it's out of you. It's like, hey, I've tried everything. I cannot. Or if you can, if you succeed, then bravo, I'm happy, But if you cannot, then eventually take someone, because we've seen some horror story people that are like, I don't need a mentor. They spend 50K in like 5 years, and they're like, oh, I'm bankrupt, or I don't have any money. So I'm like, don't get to that
Yeah.
point. You don't need to.
Yeah, no, I fully believe in getting guidance, like especially you guys. Look, I'm trying to save up. You already know, but I know you guys are on it, and I like that. Like you say straightforward, no whatever, what you need for it, and that's perfect. But yeah,
Amazing,
it's
brother. So
perfect.
keep me updated if you have anything. Maybe in the future, if you stay comments, everything, we can get into another call. And
So
it was nice to meet you, man. Take care.